wasn't, you know.
Oh, from the press release?
Yeah. So we published it and get it out.
It's hot in here.
Uh-huh.
Sorry about that,
Yeah, we had to
guys.
keep the other door closed, they're doing some interviews next door, so we don't have the airflow. Ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Go ahead, Bob.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. The purpose of today's press conference is to provide some details regarding a homicide investigation that occurred yesterday near 40th and Highway 2. Speaking to you today will be Chief Ewens. She'll be providing some information, and then we'll have a little question and answer session. Also available for questions will be Captain Ben Miller with our Criminal Investigations Unit, and Pat Condon, Lancaster County Attorney's Office. Chief.
Good morning, everybody. I want to thank you all for being here with us today. Last night, as you know, the Lincoln Police Department arrested 2 youths in connection with the death of 70-year-old Jesse Gilmer. That occurred in an apartment near 40th Street and Highway 2. This morning, we are releasing the names of the youth arrested. They will be charged as adults due to the nature of the crime. Sally Gilmer, 15 years of age, was arrested for first-degree murder and the use of a deadly weapon to commit a felony, and Isaac Angschmidt, 16 years of age, was arrested for aiding and abetting murder in the first degree. I'd like to provide a brief summary of the investigation leading up to the arrests. Yesterday, Monday, October 3rd, at 4 p.m., police responded to a report of an unconscious male that appeared to have been stabbed. Arriving officers found Jesse Gilmer deceased in the residence, with injuries consistent with being caused by a bladed instrument. Sally Gilmer, Jess's daughter, was at the apartment when officers arrived. She reported she came home from school and found her father stabbed. She was driven to the Lincoln Police Department headquarters, where she was interviewed by investigators along with other family members. Later located, her 16-year-old boyfriend, Isaac, and was also located and brought to the station to be interviewed. With information obtained during the interviews, digital evidence, and evidence collected at the apartment, both Sally and Isaac were arrested and placed at the Lancaster County Youth Services Center. We'd like to extend our condolences to Jess's family and friends and ask members of the public to respect their privacy as they grieve the loss of their loved one. The investigation is ongoing. We ask anyone with information to contact the Lincoln Police Department at 402-441-6000. Or if they wish to remain anonymous, they can call Crime Stoppers at 402-475-3600. Obviously, this is disturbing for many people in the community because of the nature of it. Just be patient with us. We'll try to do the best we can to answer your questions. There's only so much that we can actually put out, as you know. But we are here to answer your questions. I don't know if you want to initially make a statement.
The investigation is ongoing, as the chief said, and attorneys in my office will be reviewing the reports and all the information that have been gathered thus far, and then determination as to what charges will be filed will be made likely tomorrow, so they will not be charged today. They'll be likely charged tomorrow, but they will be charged. Both individuals will be charged as adults.
Okay, with that, if you have any questions, I'm happy to
Any
try to-
indication what led to this, if there was a history or if it was something else?
We're still trying to figure that out. Obviously, a daughter killing her father is difficult to understand, and so we're trying to piece that together. We don't have a solid answer as of yet. We're still doing interviews, and it's ongoing.
And the daughter was the one that reported her dad was unconscious to police. Is she the one that called?
Yes, she's the one that called.
How long had he been dead for when she called?
We don't know that as of yet.
Could you, I'm gonna take it a little bit broad, like
Go for it,
broader,
yeah.
outside of this. It seems like there's been a shift in violent crime in Lincoln, just the last few months. Can you kind of speak to overall violent crime and how it's looking in Lincoln?
So violent crime continues to be down compared to other years. Obviously we can't ignore what's occurred. The thing that I constantly tell you, and, when we're looking at these cases, is whether it was random or if it was an interaction prior to the event occurring. And I'm gonna say, every single case that we've brought forward to you is not random. And so the public needs to feel that, the fact of the matter is that, throughout the country, there's a lot of random events occurring. Here, there is an interaction prior.
That was my next question is, what can we say to people who live in the community who may be concerned that violence is going up? There's the appearance of it.
Mhm.
So what could we say to someone who's worried about it?
Yeah, you know what, our responsibility is to report to you what occurs in Lincoln. When I first came in a long time ago, we didn't do that. We didn't tell you everything that occurred. And so that's the change. Really, if anyone is over the age of 50, they really should understand that, is that we weren't as open and transparent as we are today. And so I will tell you, I feel very comfortable living in Lincoln. I feel as a very safe community, and we're doing the best that we can. Our officers, the response, the investigation, the crime scene techs, the county attorney's office, we all work together to try to stop crime from happening. But there's only so much that we can do, because events like the one that we're talking about today, the reason behind the premeditation, we don't know, but the daughter, murdered her father. Can we stop that? Not necessarily. And so we have to understand, crime, with as much as we analyze it and we look into it and we try to stop it, it's very hard to do that at times. But it's a safe community.
Was he her primary parent? Like, did she live there full time or did she live there part time?
We don't have that yet. As of yet.
Do you have spelling on Isaac?
Yes.
Can you just spell everyone's name?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the victim's name is, and there will be a press release that will be coming out after this. First name of the victim is Jesse. Last name Gilmer.
He's 70.
70 years of age, yes. And then Sally, his daughter, is Sallie, and then same last name. And her boyfriend is Isaac, Isaac. Last name Honigsschmidt.
Chief, did you recover a suspected murder weapon at all?
We believe that we do, but we're still processing everything.
And I know you've had a number of homicides in Lincoln. They're not connected, but is there any common thread between any of these drugs? Alcohol, mental health?
A common thread, there is no common thread with all of them.
Can you say if what you recovered is a knife or is it something else?
We believe we have the weapon used, but we're still, obviously through crime scene techs and everything else, we need to process the entire location to ensure that we have the correct one. Any other questions?
I guess when you say that you guys kind of reported violent crime more frequently to the public, I guess are you saying that previously the police department didn't report every murder that happened, or I guess what do you mean by that?
So what I mean by that, the question was about violent crime.
Yeah.
Murder is one of those
Okay.
subjects. I'm not saying that this department, I'm saying broadly in law enforcement, we were not good at it. It's the same reason why they built this room, is so we can report to you every single day at 10. You know exactly when we're going to report any crime that occurs that rises to the level for reporting to the media. And we're trying to be more transparent and open about what happens in the city. That didn't happen before in law enforcement. So it's not specific to this agency, it's specific across the country.
And Chief, with this, with so many homicides, how has your department been, handled it? How stretched is it in all these investigations that you're having to do?
It's very stretched. Thanks for asking that. I mean, the men and women in our investigative teams, as well as our personnel on the street, the response to all these crimes, it is taxing. What they see is not acceptable, and that includes the collisions that we've been seeing lately. The officers are stretched, both physically and emotionally. And so we do our best to try to get them the help that they need, but the expectation is we have to continue going out every single day. And we go from one run to the next. And that's hard if you actually think about what it is my officers see. And so we do our best to try to help them with that. Any other questions?
Can you go over the charges just one more time? Or what they were arrested for?
So she was arrested for first-degree murder, and he was arrested for aiding and abetting in the first degree. But as Pat said, the charges will come forward tomorrow.
Yes.
The new charges is being charged as an adult.
Was there anyone else in the home when this happened?
Not that we're aware of, but again, it's still early on in the investigation, and there's a lot that will unfold from here on.
I know you said you haven't narrowed an exact time of death, but is this all thought to have occurred yesterday, or is there any indication that he had been dead for several days?
No, we believe it occurred yesterday.
Do you know what school, do they both go to the same school? Do you know what high school they go to? Is it high school or is it?
Do you have that information?
They do both go to the same school, and we're working with Lincoln Public Schools to make notifications to staff and students there as well.
Any other questions? Okay, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
We will follow up, and as we move forward, to hopefully give you some more details and answer your questions. Thanks.
Thank you.
This is going to be